So guys, I'm finding it really hard to believe that this is the beginning of the end of a show that's been a part of our lives for such a long time, for so many years. It's come down to 10 episodes. It starts tomorrow. I'm kind of freaking out, even though I've been waiting for this and excited for how everything wraps up. I'm also sad. Even though there may be a movie or something in the future, it will never be the show that it was. It will never be like it has been and a part of our lives for such a long time. So I'm happy yet sad. I guess you could say it's bittersweet, but thank you for everyone who is already here. If you haven't said hey and you want to shout out, let's do that right now. I'm going to start saying hello to everyone. Hi, Luke, Jonathan, Lijah, Lucy, Landon, Mish, Ben, Deja. Why are names important? I haven't seen you in quite a while. Welcome back. Cece, Terrence, Daniel, Jay, Carly, Marissa, Landon. Yeah, Marissa, thanks for being here. We just talked a few minutes ago. So, Jerry, yes. So, right. I mean, I can't believe that we're actually going to find out who is like Uber A, Big Bad AD. Like, we're actually going to find out. No more games, no more. This is an A number 4. Like, this is the real person. We will find out, I assume, in the 10th episode. That's really blowing my mind. So yeah, let me just say, for those of you who are talking about possible script leaks, a lot of people do not want to hear that, whether that's true or not. So I don't want to focus on any kind of stuff that's possibly been leaked, whether that's true or not, because I don't like to be spoiled, and I know a lot of you guys don't either. But hi, Ralph B. Hi, Sheena, Giliano, K, Blue Ocean Acrobat, and Aid. Ryan, the hippie, Harley, thank you guys so much for being here. If you follow me on Twitter, I tweeted something out that one of you sent me last week that scared me quite a bit because, as I've said before, my hopes are not like super high that everything's going to make sense at the end and that AD is going to make all of us happy. But actually, Ian Harding, who plays Ezra, told 17 Magazine that the finale did not make sense to him and that for a couple of days he was like, what? And then like finally he was driving around and he was like, oh, I get it. So I'm a bit worried because, I mean, if one of the main stars of the show doesn't understand the finale and it doesn't make sense, are we going to understand it? Hi, Julie. I don't even know how you're here. You're like, yeah, I got the notification that you're alive. But Julie she's super because she's doing a live chat and she's here. She is a multitasker. I don't know anything about episode 10. Is it a longer episode? I'm not sure. If anyone knows, let me know. Ralph B says, at this point, can we truly predict who A is? I think absolutely no. That was kind of what I devoted last week's live chat about, and I've been getting so many comments with so many different theories, and I think any of them are possible. Let's be real, because I'm not really sure what goes on in Marlene's brain, but I think, I don't think this show is like a lot of other shows, and a lot of times it just doesn't make sense. Lori says, do I think A is someone we already know, or do you think Marlene is going to bring a new character? I mean, if it's somebody new, do you know how mad people will be? Like, that would be so ridiculous. But I just watched the Girls series finale last night. It was crazy weird. Didn't make sense. Dexter's series finale was so bad, probably the worst ever. And True Blood had a really bad series finale. So, and actually those were some good shows all the way, pretty much. So as far as this show, if you guys are just like thinking that the series finale will be phenomenal, which, oh my God, yes, we want that to happen. But I mean, I've seen some great shows go down fast in the series finale. Like, what? Like, if you watched the Girls series finale last night, I sat there like, what? And I'm worried that I'll be sitting there with my mouth open, like, what is this for this, PLL finale? But whatever, I mean, in a way, yes, it's time for the show to end, but in another way, let's keep our minds, let's keep an open mind. Ralph says, normally you're good at predicting these things, but you really have nothing you can call solid. I'm with you. And I know several people have asked me, what is my theory? And I may be able to establish one as we watch these final few episodes. At this point, I can't give you a solid theory. I could definitely, I used to do so many of them, and a lot of the things I felt like made sense. And a lot of the people that I watch and some of you guys on here, like Ashley and Eva and Julie, made sense to me. And then the show doesn't make sense a lot of times. So yes, Julian, if Nicole is AD, I used to say we're going to have to throw the TV out the window. It might need to go out. I mean, that would be some ridiculousness. Luke is saying you're having a feeling they're going to say that Allie is pregnant with Emily's eggs. And that's been something that a lot of you guys have thought for a while, which that whole scene when Emily's eggs were stolen. And I think that's when the show was super weird with the masks and all that stuff. It was just crazy. Hi, Nishan. Thank you for being here. Why Your Name says Marlene has most definitely plucked a name out of thin air. It will be so random. Just watch. But I can't get it out of my mind what Ian said, that the finale didn't make sense to him. So with him saying that, the idea that Ren or Melissa or someone that kind of makes sense would be AD, I'm not thinking that they're going to go there unless he just said that in order to build up some hype or to trick fans. But I don't know. Ralph B says if you have not watched PLL from the start, then there's no way you can figure it out. Well, I agree. I assume that everyone in here has watched all the episodes, but if you haven't, I mean, that's fine too. But I definitely have watched it since it started. Like, I was here for the first episode, not on YouTube, but I watched it the first time it aired, like, live. Ralph thinks that Spencer has a twin. I definitely think that. Now, is Spencer's twin AD? Possibly. Is that lame? Yes. Lucy's asking, is there another death in the 10 episodes? I would think so, but I don't know anything about if that's going to happen. Deja says if AD has been around since season 1, then it has to be either Ren, Melissa, or a twin, but the twin thing would feel like a cop-out. So that's the issue we have. Since season 1, we had a lot of the people, several people, I can't even remember how many people we saw in season 1 who are still around today, but, it's such a cop-out if one of those people has a twin who is AD. That's very upsetting. Lori is asking, what if A is the father of Allison's baby? Like the father that we think is the father of her baby was bad enough, right? Giuliano says Shay, known as Emily, said in an interview that when she heard who AD is, she was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that was possible. All right, if you can tweet me a link to that article, I definitely want to send that on Twitter because that's very scary as well. Don't like that idea. Don't like that at all. That's really scary. And as always, if I haven't gotten to your comment and you would really like me to answer it or talk or, respond, just re-comment because there's tons of comments in PLL live chats. So it's hard to get to everyone, but I will try. Giuliano says that makes you believe there are 3 options. One of the girls is AD, someone who is dead is AD, or it's a new character. Now, out of your 3 options, I would go with number 2, which they've done before with bringing back Mona. So if someone who is dead is AD, like, oh my God, wait, maybe it's Allison's mom. How terrible would that be? I mean, I'm going to be really upset if a dead person or a twin or a brand new person. That's the 3 worst scenarios of who AD could be. Nature Isle Lover, thank you so much for being here. Luke says that they've been saying in interviews there are a few deaths in the final episodes, which I'm all about, but can we please leave them dead, please? Jerry is still on the Toby train. Well, I would be very happy with that. Toby, Caleb, Ren, Melissa. At this point, I'm not going to be super picky. Just make it someone who we don't think is dead, not a twin, and an OG character, William says if Spencer's twin is AD, hopefully it's the actual Spencer and not the twin we never knew about. So exactly, if we're going to have a twin of Spencer, okay, but let's make the Spencer we knew AD. I'm okay with that. Ralph says the way to figure out the twin thing is to go back and note all the time Spencer has acted out of character or did not understand certain things. Spencer would know. And I do remember us talking about that before. Deja says you like her, but you feel like Shay is kind of like Marlene in interviews. She overhypes things to make it more interesting than it really is. You get that it's her job, but still. I'm kind of with you on that. And I really do like Shay a lot, but I think that she is probably helping out Marlene in a way, helping out. Julian is very scared, worried that with Shay's quote, that a dead person is AD. Amber's Life is asking if I think Spoby will be endgame. And thank you so much, Amber. Yeah, I do think that because his fiance or whatever is dead. So I'm laughing because I didn't really like her, and obviously it's not a real person has died. I wouldn't laugh if it was a real person, but it's just a character in a show. So yeah, I'm really hoping for that. Oh, Ralph, how mean, saying that Toby has the brain capacity of a potato, so no way is he A. Sorry, Toby fans. That's a low blow there to Toby. Why Her Name says Marlene has confirmed that the last ever scene of the series will be all 5 liars sitting around a table. And you think that means none of the liars are AD, or is she saying that none of the liars are AD? Because speaking of liars, we cannot trust that woman. Hi, Shalisa. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, Amber, you're welcome. Jenna Marshall says, Shay said in 7A, we will have answers in every episode before season 7 started. Did we, though? Did we? Daniel says the switch to Birth series finale was bad. I never watched that show, but doesn't it just suck when a show's like really great and then they kill it with the last ever, you know, episode? The lasting impression is bad. Like, what? Like, how does that happen? Nature Owl Lovers asking, what if Nicole, Ezra's lost girlfriend or whatever, is AD, which someone asked earlier, which... how? I mean, that's ridiculous. I would be very mad. Nishan says, you hope the other liars don't try to harm or turn on Allie again because it's annoying and ridiculous. I do feel like unless she also has a twin who was the evil counterpart, this new version of Allie is mature. Obviously, she's not going to have a baby, and seems to have it together and isn't crazy and rude anymore. Now, Lindy is saying that Toby's actually very smart. He caught on faster than most of the girls, so... point counterpoint there. Jay just hopes AD is Ezra or someone you care about. Deja says you also feel like another cop-out AD would be Mona, which also very much concerns me because we've been there before, plus her fake death really bothered me. But did you guys ever consider that Cece could be main AD because as something that could never happen? Well, we think she's dead. Now, I would think that they would have learned a lesson from the fact that everyone freaking hated when she was named A, one of the A's. So, like, we're going to make her AD. But I really think at the core of Marlene, she does not really care what anyone thinks. And especially since the show is over, is she going to be worried that people are mad at her? Probably not. Giuliano says Marlene said that the final season would be one totally dedicated to the fans. Maybe that would mean that AD is someone the whole fandom wants to be AD, like Arya, Spencer, or Ren. I mean, in a dream world, I could only hope. But she said a lot of things that didn't pan out. So if that's true, then that's great. I would love to make a really positive Marlene video, but I should say again, the first half of season 7, I was happy with. So, no complaints on that, but we'll see for the second half. Lindy will lose your mind if Cece is AD, absolutely. And Julian doesn't want Mona as AD. Sheena says you're over the twin thing and bringing people back from the dead. Yes and yes on that. Why Our Names is asking how it would feel if they added a hook at the end of 720, such as tune into Freeform's new series, PLL Revitalized, for more answers. No. I mean, this show has been on for so long, and they've strung us along with this main mystery for so long that we need to finish it. Not like any, like, watch the movie for the reveal or, you know, look at my interviews that I'm doing online for more information. Like, we need to end it, you know? Like, I think it needs to be completely resolved. Now, that's just my thought, and I'm sure it's a lot of fans' thoughts, but I don't know what Marlene is thinking. Ralph says the 3 smartest characters in the show are Spencer, Caleb, and Arya. And yeah, you got to think about Caleb. I mean, he's really, really, really tech savvy, and I thought for quite a while that he was AD. So I personally don't see him like doing terrible things to Hannah, because I really think he loves her. But you know, if they went there, I would be okay. And yes, Mish, we should not forget that Hannah is secretly smart, or she has a twin, because remember those test scores? She was like really smart. So I always kind of wondered if she had a twin, and the twin took the test. I don't know. Carly says a picture that was posted, Marlene, I guess on her Instagram, looks a lot like the dollhouse in a sense. Also, some of the behind the scenes videos seem like they're underground. So you think they're going to film something in the dollhouse, and maybe that's why Cece is in the finale in flashbacks. So if we have her in flashbacks, it's fine, but please do not say she's alive. Lucy hopes it's not a twin. Last time we were told there was going to be a twin reveal. It was Mary Drake and Mrs. D. But remember, in the books, Allison has a twin. So don't know if they're going to add that to the show. It definitely looks like Spencer has one, and I could see other people having one. And it's a little ridiculous. I mean, twins are not really uncommon, but they're also not that common. So we shouldn't have 6 or 7 characters in the show with a twin. It's just ridiculous. Am I going to watch Famous in Love? A lot of people have asked me that. Jenna is asking, and what about Jenna being no one talks about her anymore. Couldn't she be AD? Wouldn't that make sense? She has the motive. But yeah, I'll probably try it out. I mean, it looks The topic looks okay. I'm kind of over Marlene's shows, but I'll probably check it out. But I mean, come on, we need to talk about Jenna here, right? Couldn't she be AD? Like, I haven't seen her for a while, but she's super shady. Gilliana says, to be honest, season 7 is one of the best seasons of PLL, in your opinion, maybe even your favorite. Oh, so people don't like it? I mean, I was really all about it. And I'm one of probably the harshest critics on YouTube of this show, because I just remember when it was all going up in flames with the CC thing. Most people would not talk about how bad it was. I mean, I personally felt it was bad, but I got so much feedback from you guys that you felt it was bad. But I didn't care because it really angered me. And I don't know. I mean, I feel like I should be real on here about whatever show. And it was awful. That CC thing was, everything about that was awful. Ralph says that, hold on a second, Caleb also has experience with Supernatural. Okay, but I know Ravenswood, which was a fail. But please do not bring, I mean, they've tried to bring Supernatural with that, what's her name, I want to call her Mrs. Grundy, but then isn't that the girl from Riverdale? I don't know, what was her name, Grinwald or whatever. Like, she was in PLL. I mean, are they going to bring like Supernatural stuff into this show again? Please no. Brittany says it's not that ridiculous to make a few characters could have twins but not secret twins. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we already know that we have the Mrs. D married twin set, and pretty sure we're going to have Spencer with a twin. Don't we have someone else with a twin? Like, too many twins in one show is silly. Nishon says, how are they going to patch up the plot holes because the blackboard scene? So the blackboard scene, I think, is never happening, where they rush in and Allie's a teacher, and because she was going by her married name, and she doesn't go by that anymore. I mean, like, that guy's dead. I just feel like that's never going to happen. Ralph says Jenna could have healed and not be blind anymore. Well, remember, for a while recently, she said she could see again, but then she said something happened and she couldn't see again. And I think she can see, you know. Lucy says Jenna is so possible. She's the first person we all probably thought was A. She's been there from the beginning with the biggest motive. I'm happy with her being A. It makes sense to me. Plus, she's older, and I think she could have pulled some more of this stuff off. Well, I mean, I think she's older than the girls, right? Or maybe a little bit. I don't know. They're all older now, but, I don't know. I think that she could be. It would make sense to me. It would make me happier than random people. But Jerry thinks Jenna is a pawn, and Mish doesn't think Jenna will be shocking. No, but I mean, I think some of you are, I hope it's a shocking, wonderful, amazing reveal, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be like this incredibly shocking, wonderful, everything makes sense reveal. I mean, I hope it is, you know. Luke says the classroom scene from 610 is in 719, and they showed a preview of it on one of the 7B promos. Well, then how can it happen if she's still going? Why would she still be? Is she still going by the name of that crazy man she was married to who's dead? I don't know, but interesting, because that's the episode before the finale. Okay. She was kidnapped by AD. I mean, well, she could be working with him. That could be fake. Deja says you can see the show killing Jenna off. Yeah. Okay. I could see that too. I hope it's not a dream, Ben. Like, that's really going to make me mad. If everything has been a dream, what if this whole entire show has been a dream? Oh my God. No, Nate, I haven't. I mean, I can't. Yeah, they did always say that it was dream logic. So what if they made the whole show a dream, right? No. Let's hope not. That's the worst ever. That's the biggest cop-out. That's the laziest thing ever when a show does that. Like, I mean, I can't, that to me is the absolute worst way that the show could end, with it was all a dream. Oh my God, let's don't go there. Who is Varjak as Landon? I don't think that name's ever going to be mentioned again in this show. Gilliano says, you think Paige could be AD since she gets a lot of screen time lately. A lot of people dislike her, so no one would be mad if she turns out to be evil, and it would kind of be a shocking reveal. I don't love her being AD, but I think it could be worse, so I could get down for that. Okay. Nate can't wait for a Veronica and Spencer mother and daughter talk. Yes, waiting for that. Was Barjack Sarah? Shower Harvey, who is dead. Oh my God, they're not bringing her back, are they? She's not AD, is she? I think that's worse than Cece, actually. Julian says the whole show being a dream would make you cry of anger. That would make me so angry. But Anthony says that AD, or that Paige, her last episode is 7:15. So I don't really see her being AD anyway, but you know. Melody says there's a theory of Ezra writing a book. Well, like the whole thing was a book. We know he was writing a book, but like maybe the whole show was a book. Awful. Another awful scenario. Blue Ocean says you missed the Vivian Darkbloom storyline. Yeah, I mean, it's been really confusing with Redcoat, Barjack, all these different villains. It's been very confusing. Why Our Name says, sometimes you forget that this is a stupid teen show and you expect too much from Marlene. I'm trying to keep that in perspective. But sometimes when the episodes are on, like I felt like the first half of 7A, you know, the 7A half gave me hope again. And I started thinking like, oh, this might be a really great ending. But I'm trying to be like, you know, grounded and back down on earth and thinking normally and thinking about previous experience. So right now I'm not overhyped about the A reveal. D. Alexandria says, yes, hi, thank you so much for being here. Oh, Hot Cocoa, I remember you. Yes. Yeah, and it is pretty much over and you're tired of getting let down. Yes, but just know I will be here with you guys. If we get majorly let down, we can rant about it for, you know, a few days like we did if you guys were here when Cece was revealed as A. I did so many different live chats with you guys because I think everyone was just like in mourning. But I don't know. Is Sydney back? She was back in 7A. Is she back again? So Ralph's top 3 for A are Spencer / the twin of Spencer, Caleb, or Ezra's dead girlfriend. Ezra's dead girlfriend, Nicole, who's actually alive. They did confirm that. And Jason or Emily is your prediction for the death. Interesting. Nicole being A would be so bad. We didn't even see her. Like, isn't AD supposed to be someone from season 1? We just met her not that long ago. Was the masks in 7A? Am I crazy? I don't know. Did that happen in 7A? I hated the masks. I hated it. Maybe I've lost my mind. I don't know. Hannah being a fake doll in the bell tower. I don't even remember that. I think I'm losing it. I really do. But I did remember the masks and I hated that. Was that in 7A? Oh my God. What's wrong with me? Carly thinks something that has kind of been passed over is that Eddie Lamb seemed to know Aria somehow when she worked at Radley. I know, and I thought that was a really big clue, but I think that they just put a lot of crap in the show that makes no sense and has no relevance on anything, sadly. And Brittany says, if Nicole is AD, you will die of laughter. I will die. Like, if she is AD, she's going to try to kill Aria, and she may succeed, which is also kind of funny. Not that I want her to die, but geez. Luna says there was a live Facebook question and answer. Yes, I saw that on there, but I didn't watch it, with the 5 girls, and they asked them what their fave A storyline was, and they said this one. So that gives you hope. And they said AD is the real big bad. Well, I freaking hope so, because we have no more extra time after this finale to find a way to make another A. So, I mean, I'm happy they said this one, but I feel like they also have to say this one to hype up the, you know, final episodes, because then nobody would watch if they were like, well, you know, my favorite was Mona. Shalisa wouldn't mind a liar and their boyfriend, girlfriend as an AD team, like Caleb and Hannah as AD. Yeah, I would be absolutely great with that. Absolutely. Mish does think Spencer has a twin. Remember how Spencer visited Hannah in the barn without bangs? I definitely think she has a twin. And I think that would have to be revealed pretty early on, unless it is our AD, which we might not find out to the finale then. Sherelle says, if AD was Allison or Emily, you would be annoyed. I don't think they'll go there, but we'll see. Luke says in one of the promos for 7-Eleven, all 5 liars in the backyard, and Spencer is holding a shovel and they look shocked. I think they're going to do a someone is alive reveal like the alley is alive. Well, how many times are they going to bring someone back to life in this show? I've had it. Oh my God. Ralph says, what if A is Mona and Aria's brother? Are you just being funny now? I think you're trolling us. We haven't seen Aria's brother in probably 2 years, and hey, maybe, but what would his motive be? Does he even need to have one? I don't know. Deja says you're kind of done listening to the cast. I'm with you, because I think everything they say is just hyping it up, you know. And she says it seems like whatever good they say about the show is usually the complete opposite. Well, they're being obviously paid big money to be on this show, and so when they do interviews, I can't even believe Ezra said that it didn't make sense, because usually they're going to make it sound as positive and as amazing as possible, because they probably would get in trouble. Ashley says, going into the last 10 episodes with low expectations. Me as well. Thank you for being here. Hi, Esther. How are you doing? William says, Marlene said one big clue of who AD is the initials AD. Well, that's Allison De Laurentiis. I mean, I don't know how more opposite we can get here, but is that what she's saying? Brett says you feel like Mike could be AD. I mean, I feel like no. I think that's just such a no. Let's hope not. What happened to the Andrew guy? I think that's the guy in real life who is in a ton of like legal problems, has a ton of legal problems, like got arrested, like did some crazy things. I think maybe I'm making that up. Brittany says, I'm cracking you up today. Well, thanks. I mean, this show, like, I don't know. I gotta be honest with it. It's aggravating, but you know, I mean, people have asked me before, like after the CC is A reveal, they're like, why are you still watching it? Like, there were some like ride or die Marlene fans, and they came after me because I said some not so nice stuff about her. And I'm like, well, because this is a different type of show that I had invested so much time in. And now, I mean, come on, I've got to finish it. But I don't dislike it like I did. But, you know, Ralph says you're reaching. His motive is Teen Wolf is pretty much over with and they could write him in. I mean, as much as I laugh at that and I laugh at some of these other people you guys are mentioning, anything is possible, really, truly. The fact that it's all a dream, the fact that it's all Ezra's book and no one was real, it was a fictional book, anything is possible with this show. It could be that Bella Thorne is AD so we can transition right into her show. Hi, Alejandra. Thank you so much for being here. Yes. Okay. So the masks were in season 6, Jack. Thank you. I felt really weird about that. I was like, oh no, was that in 7A? Oh my God. Giuliano says if someone who is dead turns out to be AD, who would I find the best option? Allison's mom. I always thought she was like a crazy villain person. So let's have her as AD. What do you think? Shalisa says no new characters. Brittany says if Allie has a twin, then maybe it's Allie's twin. I mean, I've always kind of thought they were going to go there because the books went there, and that was who the AD was. I guess it was one of them. I've never read the books, so I'm not trying to spoil anything here, but I think we need to consider that Allison's twin might be AD because that's something no one really talks about, and the initials AD are Allison De Laurentiis, and if Marlene says that makes sense and tells us who the killer is, then there you go. Cece is saying, what if Mary is actually Jessica and is AD? Well, hey, that's kind of what I was just talking about. Like what happened. So what happened in the books, I think it was like the issue with Allison and her twin, and I don't remember who was who, but one of them, whoever they thought was dead was the other, and then the other was A. Okay. Okay, hold on. There's a lot of comments here. Just keep commenting if I've missed your comment and you want me to read it or respond. Luna says there were more masks in season 6B, but there was the Hannah doll mask in season 7. Okay, so that's stupid, but at least there weren't the crazy masks, right? Because I really can't with that. Whose initials are DA? Whose name starts with the D in this show? Well, I can't even think about it right now. Who do I think killed Charlotte? I think it's a person who is not A. Like I don't know. That's Melissa. I think it's Melissa, right? Or did they make us think that with like the whole suitcase thing? Lindy says Ren makes the most sense. Well, right. So it's not going to be him. He definitely makes the most sense. They've had so many clues throughout the years that make him make sense. I think to me that's the most logical. And it's not like, they were trying to trick us by making it. I don't think they were trying to do anything. I just think they haphazardly are doing this. Darren's Wilden. He's dead though, right? But it doesn't matter, I guess. What if Maya is AD? It's very stupid, Julian. Maya has been dead and gone for so long. Oh my God, Angie's Epic Reads is here. Thank you so much for being here. I haven't seen you in forever. She wants Ezra to be AD. Well, that's my ultimate dream. It has been my PLL dream since day one. He's been my number one suspect. I don't think we're going there, but I would love that. I did enjoy the Sarah Harvey tribute video, Andy. Thank you so much. She's probably the most disliked character for me on the show, and that's a question for you guys. Who have you hated the most on this show? And Shower Harvey, I think, would have to be. I'm pretty sure. Giuliano says Tyler Blackburn, as we know as Caleb, said that he was very excited about the AD reveal. Do I think his character is AD, or maybe a character he has a lot of screen time with, like Hannah? I don't think that means anything. I just think he's hyping up the show. I don't know. Brittany says they seem to have set things up to have Allie have a twin in season 1 or 2, but they changed it because they didn't want people who read the books to know ahead of time. You said they should have kept it. I mean, I do appreciate the fact that, I never read the books, but people would always comment, what happened in the books on my videos since like day one. So in a way, I'm kind of happy that they didn't go there, and I hope that they don't go there, because I think you all know, for all of you who watch Big Little Lies, it sucks when people who read the books spoil things for you and then they go buy the books. It's, I like for them to make it different, but I think so many people had read the PLL books that it's nice that it doesn't go buy those books totally. Ralph says if it's Ezra's story, he is reading from his jail cell, which he is there for because he was sleeping with his students. Well, right. I mean, he should definitely have gone to jail a long time ago. But this is like an alternate universe and weird things happen, so nothing makes sense. Luke says, does anyone remember Ren's post on Instagram from months ago with a picture of masked and the caption was unmasked? Was it before season 7A or after? I remember people talking about that, and did he delete it or no? Jesse says, watch Lucas be AD, and a lot of people have actually commented that they think Lucas is AD, and to be honest, I wouldn't be I would be okay with that, because he's pretty suspicious, and I mean, he seems like the person who I mean, I feel like he's the person who would like blow up the school or like shoot everyone in the school, like in another kind of show, because he was like the person everyone bullied and stuff, Lori says, in the classroom scene, the girls come in yelling, he's coming. So does that mean A is a guy, since the scene hasn't aired yet? So if we're actually going to have this scene, that would be what I would think, but who knows? Because apparently, what you guys are telling me, it airs the episode before the finale. So who knows what stuff's going to go down before that. So it's like 9 episodes in. Okay, so Nate says, before Shower Harvey, everyone hated Shauna. She was annoying, but I definitely think Shower Harvey is way worse. Mish says, Ren is not even a real doctor, ran to England, then he came back for Cece. Remember, he left Melissa in France for Cece. It's really odd that he ran after Cece. I mean, come on. He makes so much sense to me to be A, and I definitely think they aren't going there. But they tried really hard to make us think he was A, so it's just all really weird to me. I don't know. So Ellie says, Marlene said that we're going to be happy with who AD is, but she also said that about Big A. Again, like everything I feel like the cast is saying is just to make us watch and think that everything's going to be awesome and it's going to be a great reveal, because they're being paid to say those types of things in interviews, Jackie thinks that Allie had a child with Ezra Schwartz. Okay, so this would be in the past, and that kid is the girl Archer and Charlotte gave the liar dolls to. Oh, right. Wow, I've never even heard this before. Her name was Eliza. Wow, that's really good. I've never heard that before. Interesting and creepy and wrong. I would be really upset if with Ezra if this happened. I don't know. Weird. Interesting. I like that. That's really good. Luna says, you think that scene is a nightmare. So that's an interesting take on that scene in the classroom with Allison. Is it a nightmare? And that would explain Mrs. Rollins on the board, because I feel like she's not even going by that name anymore. And the he, very good. I think that makes sense. Sheena says, what if Archer Dunhill, who is Rollins, is Ren's real name? Which, yeah, because we know he stole that name. So maybe. I'm trying to go back and read it. Yeah, Ralph B says AD equals answers doubtful. Right. Exactly. Jack says maybe Cece is really alive and Allison and her are AD together. Maybe the 2 initials mean there are 2 people in on this. Possibly. Don't really like that, but possibly. Okay, Julian says, you feel like the cast is lying. You remember watching an interview and the cast said that the Big A's reveal was shocking and brutal. Right. So again, I feel like whatever they say, they're obviously not going to say it sucked or I hated it. I'm just really surprised that Ian said it didn't make sense. But for the most part, they're not going to do that because they want people to watch. And this is huge for them. They'll have more people watching this. They'll have more people. I mean, for ratings for this series finale, I mean, I think those will be through the roof. Okay. So they don't want to lose out on money or opportunities because, they talk bad about what really happens. Patty says, what was the point of Jenna, Harvey, and Noel if they didn't have any connection to AD? And how did Rollins know that Allison killed Charlotte as soon as AD got the red jacket? But did Allison kill Charlotte? And I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's always, as I said before, there's going to be unanswered questions, things that didn't make sense, and things that they tried to make look, like suspicious people and suspicious circumstances, and like they won't end up being suspicious. I don't know. Jonathan thinks it's hilarious how much attention to detail we used to have, and now we are wondering how big the disappointment will be. Yeah, and I think I've told you guys before that I used to watch, I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching theory videos and, you know, doing my own theory videos and looking at every little thing, and people were just so diehard about it. I mean, people put together amazing theory videos that I would just watch over and over, and I would just dissect them, and I was like, these are amazing, but I just don't watch them anymore. And that's no offense to anyone who's maybe watching this who's still making them. It's just because you guys are so much smarter than the show, and it just makes me sad when I watch those, and then I'm thinking like the reality of this reveal is going to make me sad, so I can't watch them anymore, and I can't do them anymore. So I don't know. I mean, I'll probably develop some theories for who AD is as these episodes go on, but I don't know, guys. Hi, Samuel. Thank you so much for being here. Angie says, you're confused sometimes. You forget what's going on and who's tied to who. And it's really confusing. And for me, as someone, and I know a lot of you guys are the same way, I've watched this since day one. I've watched some episodes more than once, but I still get confused about how all the different characters that we've seen through the years and who did what and all of that, because what year did this start? I don't even remember, but it's been on for so long, and it's really confusing, and it's just a confusing show. Like, I feel like it's more confusing than a lot of other mystery shows. I don't know. Shalise is hoping Marlene gets some better writers for this season. Well, good luck with that. I don't think that's happening. And I agree with Ellie that Marlene should have, you know, listened to other people's theories and gotten some ideas for the show. Landon asks, do I think we will hear anything more about Bethany Young? I feel like we really need to. You said some are saying that that could be Spencer's twin. That's why she's called Jessica her aunt. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, we definitely need to get that cleared up. Jack can see it being Ezra also. It would explain all his CCTV equipment. Of course, he would have to come up with an excuse if they were ever to find out. So that's where the book idea came from. I would like be screaming up and down, freaking out. I want to watch this live with you guys, so I'll probably do that. And then I will just have to upload an edited version of my reactions, because live broadcasts that are long, like of reactions get like copyright issues like crazy, and they get taken down. So I'll probably plan on watching it live with you guys, and then I'll also be recording myself at the same time so that I can put that video up with the highlights for like whoever couldn't make it to the live broadcasts. Well, Fatima, we thought that Allison was pregnant by her crazy doctor husband, but who knows if someone artificially inseminated her with Emily's. Damn it, that doesn't make any sense, does it? I don't know. Well, yeah, I guess what they could have done was already have like the baby like fertilized with Emily's eggs, and they inseminated that into Allison without her knowing, because she was like drugged a lot, you know, right? Deja feels like Ren is going to be AD, but the motive is going to be idiotic. Well, I would kind of be happy. I mean, not with the bad motive, but like at least it's somebody good that makes sense being A, right? And then he says, do I think Allison's pregnancy could have been caused by rape, because one of the sneak peeks makes it seem that the baby doesn't even, that's what we were just talking about. So, right. So whose baby is it? Is it AD's baby with Emily? I don't know. And if yours is lagging, I see some people saying that sometimes refreshing works. On my end, it's showing everything's working okay. So you might just want to refresh your browser. Luke says in the PLL memory lane post, the phone call that Hannah got in 7-6, it sounded like Ren. The caption said call from Uber A. I mean, sure, I'd be really happy about that. Luna says Bethany has to be dead. They cannot misidentify that body more than once. It is too much, but again, what are we talking about here? The show all over the place. So I don't know. Luna says something wrong that you've seen is, oh, so some people are talking about it being Charles's baby with Allison. I don't know. But wasn't Charles Cece? Wasn't that her sister? I don't get it. Can anyone tell you when is going to be the PLL live stream? Well, you're in it right now. Or do you mean like for the finale? I'll do one for the finale whenever that is, like when it's on. Is Detective Tanner coming back? I feel like someone told me she was, but I don't know if that's true. I haven't looked at IMDb. Julian says this show got so weird and dark. It started as nothing but text. However, now AD is raping people. Oh my God. Is that where we're going here? I don't know. It's weird. D. Alexandria really wanted Charlotte to be killed by Uber A because she wanted out of the game, and then weeks later being found mummified inside a wall in Allison's home with a note saying how she wasn't A. I mean, well, that would be cool if she never really was A. I don't know. The whole thing with Cece being A was just terrible and made no sense and was such the worst part of the show up until now. But we hope it'll not be bad after that. Why Our Names is saying, do I remember when Mona stayed behind to listen to the rest of Cece's story in 610, Game Over Charles? She took back her game, surely. Oh, God, no. Please, that is really upsetting to me with Mona being A again because we've already been there with her. That is so upsetting. I really can't do that. But Patty wants Mona to be Uber A, stealing the game from Charlotte. I don't like that. I don't like it. That's just, we've already been there with her. I could see it, though. I could definitely see it. Shalisa says Sarah Harvey being Black Veil and Redcoat was the worst. The worst. Agree. That her whole character was awful. Hi, Paige. Thank you so much for being here. So anyway, hi, Ralph Nation. Thank you for being here. Deja says you honestly don't think the show will go this far with Allie being raped. I don't think so either. I don't think we need that. Let's hope not. Let's really hope not. Mish says, you don't think the twin is the same gender as their sibling. Well, that's good. And that's promising. I actually like that better. I don't like all these twins, but let it be the opposite sex of whoever it is with the twin. I think that's good. That would be interesting. But let me tell you what the schedule for PLL. So tomorrow I will be recording my live reaction, and then tomorrow night I'll have that uploaded. That's what I'll do for every episode. Then on Wednesdays, you get to come talk to me again, because at 5 p.m. on Wednesdays, that's when we will do our weekly live chats about that episode. And then on Thursdays, I will have my sit down video where I talk about what happened in that episode, if there's anything to theorize about, etc. But hi, Tiny. Thank you for being here. Hi, Jessica. Luna says Janelle is supposed to be most of the 7B episodes, so you're hoping she joins the Scooby gang? Like Scooby, like the detective dog? Tajiri has never been on a live chat. You love what I do. Well, thank you so much. And you're from Nigeria, which is amazing. And I would love to visit, because I'd love to visit every country. And yes, I would love to visit one day. Maria has lost all hope for this show. Who hasn't? Samuel says maybe the he they're talking about isn't AD. Maybe the liars were set up again, or the police found out that they hit Rawlings, or it's part of a musical. Oh my God. So yeah, there was a lot of people talking last week in this chat about the musical episode and Britney Spears and a lot of craziness. I can't with any of it. It's way too much for me. Julian says the writers and producers might come up with an excuse like what they did after Cece's reveal. Yeah. Oh, I see them going there too. If it's lame, she will be on Twitter defending herself and fighting with people, which is just silly. The short time jump in 7B, what will that be? I don't know, Landon. I don't know. Maybe 6 months or something after when we last saw them. I really don't know, but I'm sure there'll be a specific reason for the time jump, and I could only guess what that would be. But I really appreciate everyone being here today. I think I'm going to wrap things up. This was so much fun. I can't wait for these last 10 episodes with you guys and all the stuff that I'll be doing on my channel. So I'll be seeing a lot of you guys, or you'll be seeing a lot of me. Again, I'll have my first video on this second half, or the last 10 episodes, tomorrow night. So I hope you check that out. If you are new here, I'm going to be doing all kinds of videos on these last 10 episodes, so please subscribe, thumbs up this video if you had fun at this chat, or if you're watching it later and you enjoyed it. But if you think of some theories or ideas or questions you want to talk to me about, this video will be up on my channel in 5 to 10 minutes, so you can comment there and I reply to everyone. But I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope your week is off to a great start, and tomorrow is the big day, so I hope you guys are excited. I will talk to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.